When living in a shared space, such as a freshman dorm, it's inevitable that you'll encounter written reminders from fellow residents.
The various signs hanging around Clark Hall prompted our interest in the theory of psychological reactance, the strong emotional reaction that leads people to resist pressures to conform.
We were curious about the extent to which the wording of a sign, the emotions it conjures, impacts its level of effectiveness. We set up 2 bowls of candy, one in the Clark kitchen and the other in the Butterfields kitchen. Each had a sign requesting that people don't take any.
One sign was direct but polite, and the other was a little more aggressive. Our plan was to leave these bowls out and see how much candy was left after a few nights. We'll check back later to see the results.
In the meantime, we became interested in the effectiveness of signs in general and decided to conduct another experiment. We placed a sign outside the dish return doorway in Usedan, instructing people where to enter and where to exit.
We found that 85% of people going to return their dishes ignored the sign. We suspect that most people didn't even look at the sign because they already know that there are no consequences for going through the exit, and because there usually isn't a sign in that doorway.
We returned to the dorm kitchens to check on our candy bowls, and we were very pleased with our results. The Clark kitchen, which had the more polite sign, had significantly fewer pieces of candy. It went from 35 pieces to 13. The Butts kitchen, which had the more aggressive sign, had no candy left at all, and no sign either. This bowl went from 41 to 0 pieces.
We realized that the results of our Usedan experiment were influenced by the fact that people already have a routine for putting away their dishes, and they know they won't get in trouble for ignoring the sign, as they're used to ignoring the rule anyway. However, this experiment did support our hypothesis because the majority of the people demonstrated psychological reactance in that they actively ignored the sign.
The candy experiment went one step further in demonstrating psychological reactance. This theory explains that people are less likely to conform to authority when their human agency is threatened. The signs represented this threat to human agency, and the more aggressive the sign, the more aggressive the threat. Our experiment successfully showed this because people took candy from both bowls, but even more people took candy when they felt their agency was more threatened in the more aggressive sign.